Wow. Any other Coldplay fans in the audience? Yeah. Some of you are probably getting tired of that intro song. So happy to be here. What an amazing moment in time and in history and celebration, you know. Sometimes I think it's just hard to really just take it all in, you know, what's happening with the company. And so just, I've got so much gratitude. Of course, my partner Wayne, who invited me into this idea called Worldventures. And these leaders, I mean, these guys are, a lot of them have been with us from the very beginning, and those that haven't have been with us for years. And they're like family to us. And you'll hear them, you know, Jeff Ball, others will say, "This is my company," and they mean it. It is their company, and we want that to be your experience as well. That this is your company, Worldventures, and I also want to acknowledge every single person in this room. I recently was reading a Harvard article, and it talked about the things that keep people back from what they want in their life, and they called it, one of them called the status quo trap. So the status quo trap is, it's way more safe to just do the status quo. Let's just do what others accept. And because the risk, the exposure of doing something that's not what everybody else is doing is great. There's a psychological risk that everybody takes when you step beyond that line of status quo. And what I know about every single person in this room is that you stepped across that line, even if it was just to be here. And that's big. I mean, I remember getting into my first company and the fear and the concern. You know, Troy had a great message last night. He talked about fear. It's scary. It's scary to pick up the phone. It's scary to go make that phone call. But you guys are doing it. And again, just for showing up, I really appreciate that. I mean, it was in 1995 when I went to my first event. And that was just such an eye-opener. So for those of you that are brand new, I'm really excited for you. I'm excited for what's coming up for you in your life. And I know we're getting some feedback. Y'all hearing that too? Okay. I guess I'm on fire. That's what it is, right? So, my parents, when I was in 19, by the way, I've never shared with you what I'm about to share, a lot of this. I've got some bullets on some stuff that I want to share. So I have really no idea exactly where this is going, but I think it's going to be good. Are y'all ready for the ride? Okay. So in 1995, when I got into network marketing for the first time, I wasn't very good at it, as some of you know, and I was, you know, not making any money, and I decided to quit my job and go full-time into network marketing before I had made any money. And my parents, in Garland, Texas, right outside of Dallas, they had we got some Garland people, or some Dallas people. They sat me down in their living room. It was a serious conversation they wanted to have with me, because after college I'd moved back in with my parents, and they said, "Son, it's time for you to enter the real world. We're not really liking this career choice that you're making." And it was tough, you know. That was tough. It was because it was like they weren't believing in me. I don't know if you guys can relate to that, but that's tough. It's not easy when people aren't believing in you, and you just got to choose to take that next step, even when you don't know what the next step is. And Troy, in his message, talked about credibility. I had no credibility. I was a goof off in school, and I was getting in all kinds of trouble, and I had a gazillion different jobs from mowing to busboy to waiter to telemarketing to, everything. I had no credibility with anybody. But what I would add to this credibility, and he was alluding to it in his message, is that if you're willing to do the work internally, who are you going to grow and become? And that's personal development. And Wayne and I, and most of the people that are behind this company, we believe very strongly about your personal development. We believe that the more you know, the more you grow as a person, the more you're going to become. And one of our core values is champion full potential. And we want you, yeah, that's exciting. We want you to grow because there's a big vision. Wayne cast a big vision yesterday. It was interesting. I was sitting on the front row, and I hear Wayne all the time, sometimes more than I'd like to, right? But I was sitting on the edge of my seat going, this is big. This vision is big. And so we've got a big job to do, guys. Mark, right before I came up, he was saying, hey, even if you don't like your upline or your sponsor, they helped you get here, okay? This is what I would call the ripple effect. Everything we do has a consequence. Everything we do, just the way that we walk, we talk, how we smile at someone or not smile at someone. I'm reading a book called The Ripple Effect, and one of the questions that it asked is, how will people see you after you're gone? And, he talks about begin with the end in mind. Whether it's a goal to hit senior rep or it's a goal to lose 10 pounds, whatever your goal is, begin with the end in mind. Well, our ultimate end is when it ends, right? So I think it's an important question that we all ask ourselves, how do we want to be remembered? And everything that we do should work within that context of how we want to be remembered.